Le cor is fiche bliana de cleiche. Ha Sean Dillon a Montrose and is smunnigig bhith is jay ball-coise. Le session and coachy a vis a hénerui a cujachug le vi fine jayshel son a nachheim na griach.
I got released from Dundee United back in 2017 and a guy called Billy Mitchell got in touch with me. He was overseeing a charity called Skills Academy, which is still going really strongly at the moment. And yeah, they were looking for a bit of a change in regard to in the coaches that they were getting in, and we had a chat about it, and the timing was just perfect. You know, it was a couple of weeks after I'd been released, got the opportunity to get a job effectively straight away, and I jumped into it, and I've, you know, it's been brilliant. A few years ago, they came to me and said, look, you know, we're going to change things up a little bit, and I decided to do my own thing after that. So yeah, it's been really enjoyable, great fun, something I really enjoy doing. I done my licence, my B licence back in 2011, my A licence 14, 15, so it was always something I was keen on. It's an hour session. We try to get everybody with a football at the, you know, so we do our touches at the start, or you can call it a warm-up, but we always say touches. Gets the kids a ball each. We just want kids to be comfortable with the ball, and then the main part of the session will be working on something. It can be passing, dribbling, shooting. You know, it might be a certain drill that we're looking to work on, and then we always finish with games at the end. We have some fantastic players who play in elite academies, and we've got kids that are just starting off and on their journey, and that's what it's all about. It's, you know, it's inclusive for everybody. You know, we'll find a class that suits everybody. I try to have a strictness about it, you know, and we have a word, and when you ask the kids what the word is, they'll all say respect. I'd like to think I'm reasonably patient anyway, but you do get tested sometimes, and yeah, you're just learning all the time.
Rannig Dillon a ALBA in Toshach aan een davile se shach. Het algo Dundee United vo Shelburne aan een erin for een jache a hokal. Jake bliana in Jason van kleigheter Gian na skipper a clubbe, agus vain a farce je la echtril a club aan een davile se Jake.
It's been a great place for me. You know, my wife Michelle wasn't my wife at the time, moved over with us. Like I mentioned, the two boys that we have are born in Dundee, and absolutely didn't see ourselves being here this length of time, but feel very lucky and very privileged to be living in here. There's so many different things, you know, games that you win, you know, derby wins, or maybe a big win against one of the old firm, or this stuff that you mentioned. Didn't get many goals, so it was always nice when I did, on the rare occasion. But yeah, like I said, it was the people that make the memories for you, really. I suppose there were cycles, if you like. If you look through the squads that I played in, that group that we had with Andy involved and Stuart, and we knew they were going to be good players. Did we know they were going to go and do what they done? Probably not. You know, you talk about the great times and, you know, things, memories. To be able to say that you played with those lads, you know, and they were your teammates at one stage, and what they've gone on and done since has been superb, you know. It's interesting, you talk to different people about comparing different teams. The one team that did actually get over the line in 2010 is obviously a very memorable group of lads. I've been very lucky, I won some trophies back home, but because it's the Scottish Cup, it just has that, you know, that extra feel to it. The pressure was all on us. Ross County obviously haven't beaten Celtic, but you know, they were a championship team at the time, a league below, and of course we were going into the game, you know, confident, but obviously the usual anxiety and nervousness about any game. And thankfully, you know, it turned out the way obviously we wanted it to. I would say I definitely didn't appreciate the time. I enjoyed it. You know, over time, you learn about, obviously, well, we knew how many trophies the club had won. It's not something that happens regularly. The longer time goes on, the more I appreciate it.
Is Jake bliana eich tanadais. Hur Dillon kunnen eich Montrose aan een liga hun. A fast klechtje ri ball-coise parst uine, agus in 3 eureke maar gleicheter coache.
You know, I spoke to a few clubs locally. Part-time was probably the way it, you know, was going to go. You know, the manager Stuart Petrie obviously offered me the chance to be part of the staff, and that's what sealed the deal. You know, that was because you don't know much about the club. You know, you meet one person, you try and do a bit of homework, but ultimately you meet the manager and they're going to sell you the club. And I thought he really spoke really well. Everybody claims to be the best part-time club in the country, I know that, but there's something special about Montrose. The people that are there, how you get treated, how they are with you, on the pitch, off the pitch, away from football. I genuinely couldn't say anything more about how it's been, and I've obviously loved my time there. There's no way I would still be there than if I didn't. It's been a bit of a mixed season. Would we like to be higher? Of course. You know, we obviously want to be closer to the playoff spot. Am I still enjoying my football? Of course I am. Yeah, I still get a buzz out of training, playing in games. We've got a really good group, and we've brought in some loan players, and we've made some new signings. We still have the core of the lads that have been there for so long. The stability has been there for a long time, but we would like to deliver, you know, a lot more points than we have at the moment.
Harnam bliana chinna Yalav, ha Dillon a chrénig agus a hallanahig ca airthig. Is a fiachin bhí sé gríoch a lútathig. Agus channeala bulach díos ó háas leis a géime a bhéile ho jail.
I fought against it for a little bit, but you know, I don't take part in all the training sessions anymore because I can't. You know, Saturday, being ready for Saturday at 3 o'clock is the most important thing, and ultimately it's a passion that I have, and I love it, and I have loved it. I'll obviously play it down. You know, longevity has been something that I've always talked about. You know, the clubs I've been with have been good to me, the people that I've worked with have been good to me. So, yeah, long may it continue.